taking forever. I had to look away and get my little water. Let me grab my little electrolytes. Oh yeah. That sun shining like a mug, man. Feel good too. I tried to cover it up today. They ain't even let the shit come in. I guess the tide was too high. They were like, oh, we gotta go back. Oh man, man. We in the game. We're gonna talk about some or build about, of course, cluster B personality disorder. You probably never heard too much of Stockholm syndrome, but we're gonna be building on that. I want to be able to get up and move around when I have to. Like if I got to get up fast, I want to be able to move. Like, all right, I'm a hat straight. Even though I had the sun to sit on my head, good moment, so real good. Thank you, Dub. What's up, baby? All right, it's my faking y'all talk, so I hope nobody don't come over here and try to sit next to me and act like everything's all good. You know, the world's facing a lot of mental trauma, man. Mental and spiritual trauma, yo. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with cluster B personality disorder, that's for sure. Spiritually, mentally, even physically, oppression. Here, y'all. Come through here. Man, you like peanuts. I like peanuts, but I had to stop. It's about to start getting warm again, so, get ready for that cut-up season. That super, diamond cut season. That's on my workout channel. But yeah, we're talking about, Stockholm syndrome, toxic relationships and business ships and, all these things. You good, baby? We got you look up close. Let's do it, boy. No, let's do it, boy. Like, get away from me. Slap you in the face with the wing. So I'm gonna jump into it. I ain't got too much time because I know my phone is doing what it do. So we're getting some good downloads, some good minerals from this water that's getting us this information in this water molecule that's getting onto my aura and it's getting us some downloads. Just how information shares. We got some good water coming from around the world. I was gonna build on Stockholm syndrome and relationships and toxicity. Why a lot of business won't work if we don't handle that kundalini real fast. Stockholm syndrome, that's dealing with loving someone who abuses you, having love for your abuser. And we got to be very careful with that once we start healing as people. Hey, what's happening? Let me know if y'all can hear me too, because I don't even know if it's on. Hola! Hola! I love that. Y'all put a smile on my face for that one. And we all gonna unite too. Ain't no love now. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Are you this is a Capricorn season. Oh man. That's what's up. Yeah, Capricorn, you about business. I like that. Capricorn, earth sign, down to earth. So that's what's up. I'm glad you jumped in for a second. Hope you have a cool day. Say happy birthday. It is worried about the food. They're like, I want to get this. I want to get these peanuts. You're turning 10? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm very young to be in this one, but it's okay. Happy birthday. I remember when I was 10 years old. I think I was in the 5th grade. Yeah, I was in the 5th grade or 4th grade. One of the two. Well, you better enjoy 10 years old. You double digits now. You double digits now. So I know your mom and dad proud of you. And also, be the best you that you can be. I just have to say that fast since you tuned in. Be the best you that you can be. With a lot of things in the world, man, they don't want us to be the best us that we can be. So hence, we got a lot of personality disorders, when we're dealing with spiritual psychology. I know y'all like, what the heck is that? But, a lot of things going on in the world. So with y'all like the rainbow kids if you're young, Y'all be able to bypass a lot of the things that's going on in the world. Talking to the man in the mirror, you know, look at yourself in the mirror. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's all we're supposed to do pretty much. Starting off, we're gonna have a lot of obstacles in the world, but as you grow, just know that there is a higher power, the higher all spirit that's looking out for you. All you got to do is just be your higher self, which is the good stuff. You got the good and the bad on the side, and the bad always trying to tell you to do something, but the good like, oh, you can't do it. Most of the time, you should be listening to that. All right, we're trying to get you, make sure you don't go down the wrong path, stay on the right track. All right. Okay, so yeah, for my people who's a little older in the room, we're going to be building about Stockholm syndrome and psychology. Psychology, we have a Stockholm syndrome is meaning that you dealt with abuse somewhere in your life and you kind of still love your abuser. Meaning that, as a nation, as so-called Black people in America, we're starting to heal a little bit more spiritually. So it's very important for us to not develop the Stockholm syndrome once we got our own, look at that, once we got our own things back, And it's very important because if you have this Stockholm syndrome, you have a fear of abandonment, meaning that you want to, leave, meaning that, I don't say leave, you just don't want to be by yourself. And that comes from not spending time with your own self. So you don't want to have that fear of abandonment. All right, I'll see you later. Hey, you be good. Enjoy your day now, okay? Hey, you finna go to New Zealand. Oh, man, y'all finna have some fun. Have fun for me, for sure. That's the beauty. New Zealand's that way for me. Way over there somewhere. So, yeah. Thousands of miles away, though. Okay. So, yeah, so jumping back into it, it's a hard thing. People's not really noticing what Stockholm syndrome is. I'm gonna give an example too because I kind of should have put the little tenderism in the video. If y'all ever heard of the guy that made the tenderisms up, it's an older Black guy from America, and he kind of is like he made this little tenderism thing up for this the smokehouse, and you can understand that when it went viral with his name. And people trying to reward him, like a lot of his people is kind of trying to reward him, and he's kind of like they're kind of stepping on his toes, and people's trying to trademark his name, but he's not trying to leave a situation because if a person may not work out in business, and y'all may have to split, that tenderism name will belong to the pro. So we got to be safe in this. You know what I mean? It only makes a lot of sense. So if a brother has, Stockholm syndrome, he's a little older and he kind of looks up to, has a certain way of looking at, racism in America. I'm not saying that bro is racist, but, he kind of doesn't want to leave a situation that kind of is treating him good and he's not really asking too much for. But he doesn't probably know how valuable he truly really is. And then, hence, when you have Stockholm syndrome, in a way, you'll want to, you don't want to leave a toxic situation, even if you kind of sense something is toxic. You can kind of sense it, and everybody can feel it, especially with money. Wouldn't anybody be mad if somebody's about to give somebody some money? Like, this is just a gift. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if we single out anybody on the line. This is a gift for this person that we made up together. Shout out to everybody who does good at the job, but we like him a little bit, a little bit more. So we're not saying that it's a bad thing, but that's what happens. People are rewarded gifts outside of the person who wants to be the one in control narcissistically or sociopathically. A sociopath or a psychopath want to own their whatever they have and work for them. Sociopath feels like they own you. A psychopath feels they own you. Hence, you got the Diddy situation, Fluffy, and all that shit. He felt like he owned literally the lives of his artists. Hence, that he could take the lives at any time. So when you're dealing with people like that in business, because we see in business on the street, this is kind of like a street business. Even if a mug gave you all the ideas of how to run your business, how to add this into the game, how to do this, with your creative input, the business wouldn't have been damn near as booming as it is. So this is why protecting yourself on a creative level, dealing with business is very important. I know Brother Walt for separatism. You know, he probably doesn't want to put all that into that. You know, he's not really trying to think of that, all that. But it's not about separate and divide. It's about, bro, getting help from some people. I got to the airport. You moving, boy. You moving. So with the whole little tendernism situation, it's just an example now. Big Mama is up. We're talking about the dragons. We're talking about, you know, the waking of the world. And, you know, we're not standing no more. We're not standing for, you know, being undervalued for something that we know is very rare. Anything that's rare is very valuable. And we knew that the older brother, he reminded me of my pops. He's talking about Uncle Walt. Remind me of my pops. My pops cooked like that. And, you know, he probably could cook too. And, you know, got the style and everything, the talk and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's runs in our family. You know, that's what the magnetism draws people in to watch. You know? And so when we come, you know, our people really do stand up for each other. So it's like at a time where everybody's waking up, people starting to realize even more like, yo, man, I want to look out for anyone who's trying to do right for themselves. When you see someone who's trying to help themselves, people trying to look out for you. They're gonna be first in the class. Peace. It said peace almighty. That's almighty. Peace. Peace almighty. No doubt. It's like so, you know, when we're dealing with this, look at the little sparrow when come through and say peace. The Most High coming through. Y'all see that? It's a high tide out of nowhere and shit. I'm like, damn, the water is alive right now. I'm trying to be careful and shit so it won't get up on me, but it's coming just close enough. And I get a couple splashes on my face, like, psh, when I say something. But yeah, so, you know, it's important that people are starting to come together, starting to look out, because, you know, we ain't got no goddamn grocery stores. We don't have the money to go and get, you know, to get our own restaurant, to get loans. You know, you have to start from scratch. You have to be a very hard worker and very smart worker at that, you know, in order to get something. So in order for us to work with our own self is important. So if brother Walt want to leave, he can take and leave tendernism with him. You don't have to have that to be the name of that restaurant. He can look back and be like, or his family and look back and be like, yeah, my uncle made that, got them up like that. Because then somebody in his family will be thinking that too, you know? So this is why you gotta, you know, this gotta be very important. It's just gotta be dealing with business savvy. You gotta, you know, you gotta be careful because you never know, you know, what ship you're getting on when you're dealing with a relationship. Knowing that it's a ship, it's going to take you somewhere. Where is it going to take you? You got to be careful because when you're dealing with idolize and divide and discard with cluster B personality and narcissism, they're idolizing love. You know, they're like with the bro Walt. I can guarantee you they weren't expecting Walt to blow that up like that. You know, to blow it up like that. It's like, damn, now I need you a little bit more. You know, but can I feed you little crumbs? You know, and a lot of people who probably work for the people too, they probably have, you know, and I understand. I can understand it's fun. I know I can understand it's fun and shit, you know, to do certain things. We know how to adapt to make things, you know, tolerable. But at the same time, it's like, yo, when you're dealing with money, you just find out that a lot of people really get in between you on that money situation. Even though we may not look at money like that, you know, it's like Walt just came in, he's just rich spiritually. And it's like, look, they falling off the bone, you know what I'm saying? And that's just fun, you know? But then the behind the scenes mother's looking at that like it's capital. Like, this is money, man. Now we got a vision and mission statement. Let's go find out what Texas really is about. Find out if our meals is like that, travel around, get you on the plane, make it seem like you're good, they don't pay for your ticket. I know what nurses do. Hey, let's say, brother, can you explain how celibacy activates the Kundalini and how to open the third eye? And do you know how to get the astral project? Boom. Celibacy. It's every month. That's what we got to be on this year too, man, because we're going to operate on fire. All that shit's going to go down. It's operating with our family right now. The ones who's doing it, the energy is going to all of us. We all share the celibate energy. But with our celibate, oh, here comes the Most High in there. Hold on, wait, I'm sorry about that. But I'm saying, you know it's going to talk. Because it's getting the water getting alive, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. This is not like, oh no, wait, motherfucker's coming in, aren't you? Hold on. My bad. We must know we're finna get on that. We're finna talk about something, man. All right, let's get off that, man. Let's talk about the real shit. All right, so bam. It depends if you smoke herb too, man. You know, before you rest, you got to make sure you got a clear gut. Your gut kind of be at least clear for about, your stomach for about at least a couple hours or an hour or two, you know, because a lot of dream state, you know, it starts from down here. Like you can see a lot of, you know, things. If your gut's full, man, you're not going to see a lot of things. So let me tap into this real fast. I got this with a bird. Hold on. So celibacy. Now we don't even, if we didn't have sex already, we'll be more powerful than who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be more powerful than what we are. You know what I mean? Because we started so soon, and the powers that were, they molested, you know, us and our spiritual nature too. But they definitely molested us. You know, and that's been shown and proven, so that when later on we'll start doing it on our own, and we'll just have those traits of what these people or what we've been exposed to. And that's why I say cluster B personality disorder, because it's easier to pinpoint, you know, to look at. Okay, go to the ICD-9 and boom, boom, boom. But with every month, the moon is in your sun sign, depending on what your sign is. Whenever the moon is in your sun sign, that's when you're going to be pretty much the most horniest that you will be at that time. Well, you'll probably, this is natural from you. You're not really enticed by nobody else. You're just like, it's forming in you. You know what I mean? So it's about like 48 hours you'll be feeling a certain way. Now, this is a time where you really have to cultivate that energy. And other beings and spirits around you, they know that you're in that energy, so they'll try to get you to become weaker too. But this is something that you can cultivate on your own. Outside of that, it'll be easier for you to be able to withstand any of those attacks. You know, it's all about the thought. You know, it's all about the thought, bro. It won't be long, you ain't going to be thinking about it. And I know you're probably like, damn, I can't think about sex. And it's all good. You ain't got to think about it all the time. You know, and it's fun because you'll think about your wife and your creativity and all that stuff. Anyways, though, every month it's a light that's born in your solar plexus that it moves up. It's like they call it if the body is like, you know, the heavens. This is Bethlehem, basically. It's like the body of Christ, basically. This is pretty much what it is. So every time, every month, about 7 months, it gets up to the crown chakra. It goes up. This is when you start astral projecting a little bit more. You know, you start astral projecting every day. If you can save your seed. I'm talking around because I'm peeping how the water coming in, and it is surprising. I don't want the phone to get, because that has happened before. The water is alive, man. So, and the volcano smoking too. So a lot of things popping off right now. So this relates to the planet and the dragon waking up, our inner dragon and all that stuff. You know, our inner dragon has to wake up first, and this is how we wake the inner dragon up. Ain't no other way. Ain't no sitting back and you think we're gonna sit outside and meditate under a tree for forever. That's not gonna work. It's the only way you can meditate under a tree forever is make sure that you don't release no light, which is this, you know, your seed. Well, I'm gonna say your semen, your seed, and also that orgasm. But every month though, it gets up to boom. 4 months, it gets up to the heart, boom, the throat. You start getting in trouble. You start getting in trouble around the third month. The third month is when they not trouble, but that's when they start fearing you a little bit more. You know, so they try to stop you from getting to the heart. The heart is like a place called Midgard in your body where it's like you're relaxed. You like to be outside. You like to be in nature. If we start right now, you'll be right on time to when summertime hits, springtime hits. It's gonna be so daggone beautiful. And your heart chakra is gonna appreciate it. You know, and then you're gonna want to talk about shit after the 5th month hit. You know, and then you realize you got up so much, you probably relapse. It depends. It just depends on who you are and how serious you are. You know. You really wouldn't want to let it go anyways, you know what I mean? But however, this light is what's going to draw us all together. I feel for sure, because it's an extremity that we have to do. It's going to be a punishment for the wicked who can't not have sex, you know what I mean? It's a punishment for them. And just speaking from experience too, man, of course, some of us weren't even supposed to start in those energies, because we're born in a certain time in the cycle where it's like a very advanced board. So it's like Most High had to allow. It's like with Job, he had to allow the devil supposedly to entice and do whatever he had his way, just to show the power of the Most High. Like, yeah, you still didn't get my baby though. You know what I'm saying? And I gave him more things. You know what I'm saying? And I showed you how powerful he was through me. You know, so this is really where it's at, because once we get up to that crown, we're not gonna, our people, you can feel by the time you hit 30, 33, that's gonna be the new norm of when you start getting married. Everything's gonna line up again. Everything's gonna line back up again. But That's because you got 33 years into you. Now you got your light to your 33rd vertebrae. This is when we first truly start off. But right now we're repenting, so it's going to take, you know, we just go by the months because we already started having sex already. So meaning that we just used the months. But at the same time, you got the long calendar too, which is the years too. So it's like a lapping of your inner cosmic orbit, and it draws. It's like, man, the spirits know that you just like a spiritual celebrity. They feel that shit, man. They feel it, man. People do. You know, people do, and that protection kind of pops up. But yeah, and the astral project, you know, it depends on where you sleep at in the bed. Like if you're resting in the bed, you know, they call it feng shui. You know, we do that too. What you rest with your head to the east or whatever way that you do to make sure you can have good visions. Or if you want to have a prophetic dream, you lay with your head at a certain end. I used to lay with my head at all kinds of different ways. If I'm having like certain dreams I didn't want to have, like, you know, all the visions and shit, I have to change in so I can get some rest. Because the visions come when you rest. So that's why you strengthen up your light body. That's important. We all do this like overnight. I'm telling you, when we all do this, because it's gonna catch on. It's gonna spread like wildfire. It's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be like, yeah, this is what we gotta do. Once we do that, our business minds start coming into play. The world see we serious. They already see we ain't even talking too tough. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We ain't even doing movies. We don't even want to give a fuck about no movies right now. We may watch some movies that's educational or some documentaries. That's it. I always watch documentaries. We learning shit. We ain't got time to watch a script that was written for us to sit down for 2.5 hours just to look at. You know, nah. Or for us to do. We ain't got too much of that. Now we got AI, we can write stories and shit like that. You know what I mean? We can put stories together from what we read from books that we done pieced together that was put into our circumference, you know, to be able to like, oh, I got to learn from this. But this is the next step, though. You know, this is adding on to the cycle where everybody else with the information with the so-called flat earths and the worlds beyond the poles and all these different things, you know. And they kind of make us believe that we ain't never traveled beyond the poles. Like, it's always happening. It's just that this world's in the quarantine because we got false gods and shit. That's trying to take over Most High's babies, the natural organic heavens of our world. Because we have organic heavens. You know, it's important because when you're low in your light, they can tell you, feed you anything. They can tell you Jesus is God, not knowing that this nigga is Zeus, whichever, but knowing how we are though, we can see the good in everything. So, and then once you get there, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. Their heaven is under anarchy right now anyway, because a lot of the ancestors not even agreeing with their shit. They turning over everything up in them heavens. Over Gautama, they turning over a lot of shit. It's happening. So you ain't gonna even hear that name Jesus is too tough no more unless somebody just saying it out of like, you know, Abbott or something like that. Because nobody really give a damn. That story was already written thousands of years before that. And even the story that was written thousands of years before that, it was a real story. That was even damn near false compared to the real story that was written even thousands of years before that. You know? So we already had it. So what false gods do, they just kind of they just recreate the cycle over and over again. That's it. And just add on to the false story and become these names and regurgitate these names. You know what I'm saying? They already had their names. They just, like 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent ain't the real 50 Cent. There's a nigga named 50 Cent that he admired and he just wanted to take his name. Same thing with the false gods. They do the same shit. You gotta watch for the false gods in the flesh because you're gonna remember these motherfuckers when we get up in the upper room. Like, yeah, I remember you and shit. Yeah, we all gonna remember these motherfuckers, man, because they chose that side. And that was just what they for. You know, that's what they was about. They could have told us, at least, they could have told us about our Kundalini and our sexual energy, but Most High is showing us. So only the Most High can raise us. And that's what they're mad about. Because it's like we're still getting the downloads and it's not no one teacher that's really teaching us everything. It's just like Most High got us all in a divine council that's separated, but we're all doing the work. And to bring us together is the Kundalini. That's the magnetism. Once everybody start doing that this year, through this fire, using this fire element, through the Chinese zodiac, it's called the fire horse year. It's going to bring in the year of the goat, the year of the lamb, the sheep. That's my sign. I keep saying that. That's me. I'm the goat. I'm an earth goat, but it's going to be a fire goat this year, though. So you hear the goat, because shit's going to go down. You know what I'm saying? You got to get prepared because the Olympics coming into the land. The Olympics is going to come into the land, so that means there's going to be a lot of spirits coming through that Muz ain't used to. So you got to get to stay away, come out of her for a second. You know what I mean? We got to deal with what they got going on. Just come out of her. Give our track and field players they not players, but you know what I'm saying, athletes, their props. But yeah, it's gonna go down, man. We're right now, we ain't got nothing else important to do but to cultivate this kundalini, eat right and exact, just fruits, berries, and melons, maybe some fish, and staying out the way. Staying out the way. Appreciate you for letting me definitely wake up. Actually, yeah, it's definitely waking. We are. All it takes is one. All it takes is one, and once they hit the next one, and it's really gonna hit with the younger ones, because a lot of the older ones, even though they're busy building and they're talking a lot about the information, and that's cool. It's still at a certain level, but these new generations are a little bit more on it. I'm like one of the beginning of them, but I was born back then. So these new generations is going to be more on home births, birthing centers, more with their skills. They're going to be they're going to cultivate talents. You know what I'm saying? The love, all this is going to be extreme, really extreme, and they're not going to be releasing. And love is going to come back in again. You're going to have relationships again. You're going to kiss your girl. You're going to go out and have meals wherever by the creek. Because most times they just be that way. You see that reflection on the face. That's all that salt water, the mineral water that's bringing them from around the world. But yeah, we get back to that. It's going to get back to that. They're going out and, you're supposed to be nervous when you're kind of talking to a girl. You're not supposed to be like so daggone, like, y'all both is broken. So y'all both ain't right, so y'all gonna do the damn thing. But it's not like it's straight to it. So we're gonna build up a lot of new things, and these are gonna be extremists. The new generation is gonna be extremists. But the OGs is the OGs too. So they let them continue to talk, and they're gonna catch on later too. They may didn't catch this cycle, but they're gonna catch it, and they're gonna be forced to be celibate later in their life, anyways. Unless they're enticed by a younger woman and they release the shit or something. Because there's a lot of power that comes with that celibacy. And the older you are with it, the more powerful you become. And also it's healing your bones, your skin. You ain't got the cracks in your bones and none of that, man. You can move, you can jump up, and you heal. Your thoughts is quicker. You heal quicker. Stuff like that. And you control elements around your ass, man. Like you got to be careful how you thinking. I'm serious. This is for real. Some people get powers out of nowhere because it's kind of like the movie The One. I don't know if you heard about the movie The One, y'all, but it's with Jet Li. And he went to all the multiverses, killing all his ones to get all the power. But it's kind of like that with us, though. We ain't got to kill each other. All we got to do is just add our kundalinis up, and it's like we'll all become powerful just by us doing that. That's the way. So forget what a CIA mug trying to tell us how to activate our power. They ain't gonna tell you how to do that shit unless it's the last thing they gotta do. And they like Big Bro's making them do that. But right now, Big Bro's like, I don't even need none of y'all motherfuckers. I'm gonna show you because they need none of y'all. Most times like y'all, I don't want nobody to say that they did anything. I'll show you that I got my hand on my babies right now. So that's what's going on. So this is one of the divine, basically commands. For the chosen. This is because ain't no other way we're gonna get shit back. We're not gonna be at a high vibratory energy. Look, these waves is coming in. Look at this. This is totally different. There's something going on right now, y'all. There's something going on right. Let me zoom it out. Man, see them waves like that, man? There's something going on right here, man. This is the holy ground anyways, too, right here where I'm at. They call it holy ground. They don't even come out here. Now, people see me over here with the words and stuff like that. It's called the House of God. It's ain't game, pork, and none of that stuff. It's signed over. It's written in like Hawaiian, which is dope. So, yeah. Anyhow, so that's how it is with the movie. With the movie One, we all get our energy. We'll be the same way. Once you start doing it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you just gonna know you're getting powerful month by month. That's because we're all distinguishing and dividing the energy amongst ourselves. Because there's gonna be a lot of us that don't want the money. They just gonna look at the money. They don't even want the money. We just gonna be able to see. Once I know it, they talking. They said they don't even want the money. We gonna go pick up the money. Fuck it. Let me scoop that up. So it's gonna get divided amongst us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about that Stockholm syndrome, but it's gonna help with that too. It's gonna make us not want to go back. It's gonna make it heal. It's gonna heal. You ain't gonna want to deal with no narcissistic energy. Oh, that Silver Surfer. That nigga swim. That nigga can fly all the way from Alaska. I don't know if I see him. He flies all the way from Alaska to Hawaii. That's a cold motherfucker by himself. Right there, man. See that nigga? gosh. They done made my dang on shit mute. Ain't that something? They done made my phone mute. They made my phone mute, man. I had to check it out. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the truth to come out. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because that's kind of messed up. But the thing is this, man. I'm gonna say this, but I know I kind of blocked off a little bit. But the energy, the energy as far as like dealing with our people, you gotta love on each other. It's time to spend with each other and love on each other. Like I say, I've been to, when you have businesses that shoot you in the back from leaving out their store. That's my first funeral I ever went to. I don't know if you heard that one because the phone was muted. This is in Mississippi, man. Bro was a dark-skinned brother, man. That was my mom's friend's younger brother. He was 19 years old. The Hindustan shot him in Hindustan. Hindus, they got stores down there. That's what they started out with. They shot him in the back, man. Why would you shoot a young man in the back like that, man? And it happened in a lot of stores. So what would you, we were still patient. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a sign of us to love on our own, big dog. And we ain't saying that we hate everybody else. We got so much love that we kind of neglect ourselves a little bit. So we don't need to do that. The water's alive right now, too, dog. I'm telling you, I don't even want to turn the thing around. So it's alive, though. Bringing all this good energy in. Must have muted my dang on whoop. That's kind of sad. But I probably muted about 4 minutes of it, hopefully. But anyhow, man, hopefully that didn't do too much. But that's how they get to the NAGA now. What's up, man? You want to come through and say what's up? He said, you got some food? He said he wants some food. But yeah, man, so anyhow, celibacy definitely is going to make us love on one another, man. Love, not lust. It's going to make us love each other. It's going to make us appreciate each other. It's going to get us back up to our nobility, our noble status, And for the youngest, they're going to see us doing it as OGs. They're going to do it. It's easier for them to do because they ain't been through that. What's up? Here you go. Come here. Come here. Get it. Say, hey. That's a squirrel. Hey, you know how we talk to animals. Horses and everything. Dogs, we talk to them the same way. White people get mad at that. We say, he's yelling at me. Like, damn, you acting like an animal, man. Act like a beast. Get your ass on the thing. Get your ass on the thing. No, but we still shit, man. We got love. They know that, man. So, yeah, being out here, wrapping it up. You don't see black people too much when you do. Come out here, they hug on you. They see you, they're like, man, they forced to now. It's like, hey, man, I ain't see nobody. I ain't see no brother. Let me hug you. Like, that's right. You know what I mean? Because why? Because in our land, Most High is the only one that we know, like, personally. I hear you over there. We the only one you know personally. We know we're connected to us. Our struggles connect all people of the whole land. We're not like the Africans. They kind of separate. We actually unified. We had history. Ayahuasca unified us. El Goldberg, that's all together. We're all unified. Again, but we got to go through celibacy. All right? Hey, baby. What's up? The wind is blowing kind of hard. He said, you got to put some in your hair. All right, I'm going to move a little bit in my hair, and I'm going to go ahead and move around. Yeah, that dragon's waking up because what we doing. Them winds is hitting, man. We out here in the middle of the water, man. We got that lava flow. Got the lava flow touching the ground, sitting on the lava rock, foot on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Sending that lava back out to the family. Getting all the I got you. I hear you over there, Swift. God damn. Sending the lava flow out to all the volcanoes. You know what I'm saying? In the world. All the dragons is waking up. Everybody's scared to hear that shit. What? All the volcanoes? Yeah, that's where all the dragons is at. They ain't all the volcanoes with all the fire and shit like that. Chilling like a motherfucker. No, man. Okay. I may not be. Am I? Or am I not? You tell me. Just get your kundalini up. That's all you gotta do. Come on, baby. Can you make it in the air? Can you make it in the air? You did. You made it and shit. Ain't that something? Oh, I want to turn this around so y'all can see, man. Bringing it in, boy. The wind blowing. It's choppy. The water choppy. It's alive. It is, man. Look. It is, man. This is alive in this motherfucker, man. I'm telling y'all. That means that the mama's up. The waves from her even grunting in the world, in the water, is making all this shit happen. Her even going. She say, hey, let's get your kundalinis up, baby. It's on, man. Notice the animals act different and shit. Mama up. Everybody up now. These dragons with feathers and shit. She over there turning over out in the world, man, making the wind blow and shit. We had the who coming through. Gave us a little couple downloads. What they call that nigga? Well, it's really the Shriko, but they call it Atlas. Our world is Atlas. It's not just America, motherfucker. Our whole world is Atlas, nigga. The whole world is Atlas. That's ours, nigga. At last, nigga. It's our shit. The whole world, not just a portion of the motherfucker. Not just a little spot in Africa. They always try to put that shit in Africa. What the fuck? Always trying to put some shit in Africa, man. Why? Oh my God. So just look at how beautiful America is, man, and all the adjoining islands and the Pacifics. All of that, G. All the life and all the streams and all the creeks and all these lands, man. Africa ain't got that many goddamn creeks. It's beautiful, but they ain't got that many damn streams. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm trying to drop it, but the wind blew your ass. She was salty. She was like, "I ain't got nothing for me." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, all right. Go ahead and hit on the inside. Try this one up. That's a beautiful. So great talk, chopping it up with y'all. Kundalini, that's the main hoop. You know what I'm saying? That's what we is. It's like, shout out to the OG. Instagram, I gotta remember his name and shit, but I know he's one of the life family and shit. So I'm gonna carry that on for him. The breath, the secure. That's what the water is saying right now. It's saying wow right now though. But when that wave come up, it's going. It's doing it just like that. It hit me over here like it's pushing me too, man. See this shit blowing? Ain't nothing over there. Look. Shit, the water's raising up now. Look at this shit going in circles and shit. And turning. Telling y'all, man, look at this shit. Hold on, wait. Yeah, look at this slow it's going, man. Man, G. Reporting live. Sending them, getting that lava flow going for everybody in the world. So just go ahead and do that, y'all. We on. All right, I love y'all. Got my foot up in the water. You know what I'm saying? The healing pond right there, new salt. I can do it on the next.